Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Demeanor. Yar, matey. Hello. Hope everyone's having a good day today. I'm going to be unmuting for my lovely pirate crew who will... Why do I feel like I'm about to get yelled at? I don't think I'm about to be yelled at, but I feel like I'm about to be yelled at. All right. Maybe that's just an anxiety thing. Maybe I don't know why, but I just feel like they're going to yell at me. Yeah, it's good to be prepared. Brace myself. All right, here we go.
Oh, that's so cute.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
How y'all doing today?
Very good.
Not bad.
How are you?
I'm good. Been
1 week since you looked at me.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Yeah, it's been.
I'm gonna be honest with you, and many longtime IO viewers will attest to. It's been is now a trigger phase for me because I had an NPC who was trying to say it's been in mainframe of Atlas, and I couldn't get out the phrase "it's been."
Oh, no.
And so Octo, the meme lord that he is, goes, "It's been," and I went, "Okay, now I'm thrown off because I'm out of character." And then
Right.
Octo literally did, no, man, I'm sorry, I won't do that again. Yeah, please continue. And I went, all right. And then I continued. I got in the character. I said, "It's been."
He did it again.
And he went, "It's been." And I'm like, he's like, "I'm sorry, but seriously." I'm like, now I can't trust you, Octo. He's like, "I promise, dude. I promise." I was like, "We will continue this session next week." He's like, "Dude, what do you mean, dude?" And I was like, "You betrayed my trust, dude."
Can't believe this, Sag.
He can't help it. He can't help it. It's a meme dangling in his face. He's got to take it. I get it.
Well, I'm sorry that I triggered such terrible memories just then.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I didn't mean to.
It's not. I'm ruined apparently, but it's fine. It's fine.
Can't believe this.
I'm gonna name my phase 3 character. It's been.
It's been.
No.
Oh boy, I can't believe Hunter's never gonna play in a phase 3.
I know, it's really unfortunate.
Man,
Such a talented role player as well.
Yeah, I can't believe he decided.
Shame. What a shame.
Yeah, I can't believe he decided that on his very own right now. Let me check something really quick. I'm looking at the misdemeanor map, and I think it is in nighttime because I see a bunch of light. Yeah, there we go. Not even.
Roll20 still not working.
Did you get the VTTES updated? If not, or if so, I would just disable it and then just play on normal Roll20.
Okay, I'll try that then.
Yeah, because it's been...
Let me see.
Roll20's been doing some wacky updates, and VTTES has been breaking a lot because of it.
I've had it turned off, I think, since last time.
Oh, wow, that fixed it.
So...
Yeah.
Oops. We are supposed to just be seeing a black screen, though.
Yes,
correct,
you are
Amanda?
just supposed to be seeing a black screen. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's the void. That's the void that I send everybody between sessions. They don't,
We're in the void.
Yeah, so they don't.
Here we are.
Because they will. Because people will.
Gross here.
You know how it is. DMing 6 groups is like being a parent because people will write and say, "Yep, like that." Says Bart. What does it say?
Bart. It's a cursive F.
Bart.
Bart with a cursive F.
That's my favorite part. Hey, why do you keep writing Bart?
And then a little.
Excuse me.
Person
Excuse me. No, oh God, I can't remove it. TOS. My ad rev.
I'm sorry.
You keep gonna limit me. Dude.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Oh my God. Oh boy. The fade. Okay, there we go. Everything's good to go. I've got Discord up there.
Can't believe Dodger canceled phase 3.
Single-handedly.
They
just trying to demonetize you.
Yeah, thank
What
you.
the hell?
Thanks, guys. Really, really appreciate that. You know, it's only my livelihood, but hey, let's make a bit out of it. As long as I'm lolling about it, that's all that matters. Let me go ahead and get you guys over to, I think this is, yes. Got so many maps now.
Yes.
Yes. Very good. Dookie, I'm gonna need you to freaking delete that right now. I'm getting really.
Oh, you can't. Oh.
I can't. Well, I can't because I'm not on the screen right now. I'm on the.
Well, hopefully they saw it.
Oh, they saw it. Mr. YouTube's.
I mean, Twitch.
Yeah. Oh, Twitch.
Mr. YouTube. Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
YouTube.
Mr. YouTube. Twitch doesn't care. Twitch is just.
Tuberson.
Twitch don't care. Twitch don't care.
I can't believe this.
Let me go ahead and get some. Been a minute. It's been a minute. Thank you, by the way. Appreciate that. Really mature. Where the heck is the ship? Has it been?
It was mature to not make an "it's been" joke.
Yes,
I agree.
Yes, I was really proud of you because I saw some of your lips twitching. I felt it. I felt it over here. You're like, where is? It's been so long that you guys have been on the boat. God, it might have been.
It's been
Yeah.
a
Never been on the
time.
boat.
Oh boy, that's
Boat?
that is something.
Oh my God, no!
What?
Sahani's never been on the boat.
Zahani's never even
Like
seen the boat.
canonically, he has, but you know, like physically.
I think. Well, yeah, canonically, but we haven't had a session with Zahani on the boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. Also, yeah, I think this entire season we haven't had an on-ship RP in quite some time. Wow.
Also, has Nicholas and like Wood Gnome, have they just been stuck on the boat this whole time?
No, I mean, they've been over at port having, you know, miscellaneous adventures together that's seen off screen. And we are going to do like a one-off. It's a sub-goal where it's Nicholas and Wood Gnome RP at port.
Oh my
and
God.
It's just me talking to myself. At
Oh my
port.
God.
Yeah, so.
No,
Listen,
I feel like
Phase 3 is really expensive, so I'm going to need to sell out just a little bit. And I think Wood Gnome Nicholas RP for 3 hours is just the push we need.
No. Brett,
Oh.
you're forgetting. It's
Yes.
Wood Gnome, Nicholas, Linda, and Malcolm RP.
Oh,
He
no.
left all of them on the boat for a while.
all the voices.
To be fair, Linda has been an Atlas for a while. You finally took her there. Malcolm, I can leave locked away, so we're good to go there. Scrum, oh my gosh, little shenanigans with Scrum, like Nicholas is baking some bread because he's nervous that, you know, when Luna gets back, she's gonna be hungry or something, and like it's Scrum's helping out, and he's like covered in flour, and Nicholas is like, not in the flour, no, and like Scrum's going crazy. Yeah, we got this. This is a whole session of shenanigans. I can do this.
Good.
I'd watch.
I imagine at this point, Wood Gnome's probably gone feral.
Wood Gnome.
He doesn't know he can leave the ship. Losing his mind.
I have to add one more thing. Yes, there it is. Man, I can't believe I can't, and yet at the same time can believe I have official art for Wood Gnome because I keep forgetting about that. Okay, we're ready to go. It's time. So,
Wait.
let's do a brief recap, but we're gonna do it on the boat. And skadoosh.
There it is.
Oh my God, I forgot about our.
New and improved boat.
Yeah, I forgot
With-
about all of the improvement.
Yes, you have the improvements upon the boat, and that's man, we got some recapping to do. Let me go ahead and do some thonking, some thinking.
I would love some recapping.
Yeah, I would love some recap. So, I just for future reference, I don't think I'll ever have a player do a recap, just because it feels like You remember when you're in school and like the teacher's like,
Oh god.
yeah, it's like, Shane, go ahead and read
no,
pages 83 to 95 for the class, please. I'm just like, oh, that feels me. Gosh, hold on one second. I also have to turn off all the night vision because it's, for some reason, it's been super bonky. But that's okay because next month I will be in a completely different platform. Gosh, that's man, that is still so wild to me. End of a chapter. So as a brief recap, I guess kind of like a overall recap so far of what's happened this season. You guys have defeated the Daymancer cult with a MasaeAnela who MasaeAnela was leading, also Luna's cousin, and effectively saving the nation of Ishtar from the deadly threat of the space baby, also known as Cosmicara, and the Daymancer's influences, who were attempting to call forth this astral baby into the Prime Realm. After successfully defeating the cult and taking your part in stopping this menace, the Kingdom of Ishtar, or the kingdoms of the Ishtar region, have wished to reward you in some way and fashion. And so they've done so by improving upon your ship, using Ishtarian technology to allow you guys to do some slight flight improvements, so that way you can fly over small land masses. Not necessarily a fully transformed airship, mostly still a sailing ship with the ability to fly that. In addition to that, they've also given you knowledge and maps of trade routes, specifically across the Serpent Smile, allowing the travel to be a bit easier. You also, during this time, have been spending some considerable focus investigating a little bit more of the headmaster of the Exodus Academy, who is now the Archmagister of Brisbane, the Kingdom of Brisbane. After some investigation, flying over to the Exodus Academy, which is now all classes in the Exodus Academy, by the way, have been canceled under the investigation of the Daymancer's involvement, and specifically faculty who are part of this cult of Daymancers, and perhaps bringing the threat over to the Ishtar continent and the Kingdom of Brisbane. The headmaster had closed down the school for further investigation, but you know better. You know better. And with that, you've done further investigation. You found the fallen hero Oswin, who seems to be patrolling around the academy in search of ancient, deep lore and knowledge. Very angry when he can't find a book, but has not been hostile up to that point. But also, you wish to find more information about the headmaster. You descended down. Oh yeah, and to find the adoption papers of Alis. I was trying to recap. Why were you? Yes, you're trying to find the adoption papers in the hopes that you may be able to destroy them. And the headmaster, who technically is the legal guardian of Alis, that connection could finally be, at that point, severed, completely destroyed. So, thinking. You went down. You faced off against essentially an ancient cadaver collector, which had the bones and bodies of many individuals, some appearing to be students of the school itself. After defeating the abomination, along with a new allied student who seems to be a little stuck up, a little full of himself, one Aelith Malcolm. You defeated the abomination. You went into the hidden study of the headmaster. You discovered the adoption papers, and Malcolm discovered a red-cladded book. He seems to be very secretive and very protective about. Any questions inquiring up to this point has made Malcolm quiet, a little bit silent. And the one time, because Malcolm has been a little bit of a chatty Cathy, a little bit of he likes to brag a lot, but when it comes to the book, he seems to be particularly quiet. After that, you went back to Atlas to try to find a way to sever the connection, essentially to break the connection at that point in time. Oh yeah, and then during your visit to the school, I totally forgot. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. a deal was made, the Deep One's allies, the Deep One who has always been your very shadow, who seems to be overshadowing over you all and influencing some of the parts of your journey that has been done. This Sholo, a kobold, or at least in the shape of a kobold, who is a shadow, has been in communication with Armstrong, saying that you are needed, first saying don't go to Asmodia, but now saying you are needed to go to Asmodia. And when Armstrong refused, Armstrong was kidnapped and Leighton pursued. Shadow adventures happened at that point in time. You all went back to Atlas after the Exodus Academy in the hopes to find your captains that had been taken into the Shadow and trying to gain access to the Shadow Veil itself. After a bit of effort at that point, you managed to find a way into the Shadow Veil, where you encountered Sholo, the Shadow Kobold, for the final time, who he was essentially attempting to possess and house inside the body, the vessel that is Captain Cornelius Armstrong. After you have defeated Sholo, you liberated Armstrong, you returned back to Atlas, and on the other side, Leighton went through the Shadow Veil and ended up going over to Asmodia. There, he met with a kingdom that was completely, its population completely destroyed, completely decimated at this point in time. And he encountered the Deep One, who is now physically within your realm, now going by the name Asmodeus, Lord of the Shadow. And, Leighton teleported back to Atlas, informed you all of everything that was going on. You decided that more allies were in order, so you sailed off to the northern Kathos region. Malcolm the entire time, keeping himself locked away in studious effort. Very quiet, and any questions to him. He's not hiding anything, but at the same time, anytime, like, something's poked at or suggested, like, so what are you doing or what's going on with the book, he either changes the subjects or moves somewhere else along the ship. But after safely sailing the ocean through the Serpent Smile, using the trade routes that have been given to you by the Kingdoms of Brisbane, you have arrived. You arrived over at the northern Kathos region, to the kingdom, or not the kingdom, the Keep of Gubwater. Where Alis, you were able to track a memory of Wazy, who is an ancient fallen hero that seems to be attached to you in some way, using this power of the memory. And grabbing some allies, you all fought against Wazy, liberated her from the power of the Black Star, which is this magical influence that was infused by one of the Lagoses, who is trying to essentially ruin and destroy Io, and you could absolutely tell it because at the end of that fight, you saw she was becoming a living bomb at that point that was going to, with Black Star energy, completely cover the world of Io. And you liberated Wazy. Sterling was relieved along with Doki. All of them ancient fallen heroes. Sterling, who had fought with them. And they returned back to Gubwater Keep. I'll put a pin in that for a moment to ask Dodger, because you saved Wazy. What would Wazy be doing at this point? Is she still at the keep recuperating? Is she with Sterling right now, just trying to figure out what the next objective, what the next plan is? Is she sailing with you all? What, since she is your character, I figured I would ask you, what is Wazy up to?
I think Wazy would stick by Sterling and Dookie, but would also, if it was posed to her, like, the rest of them are out there, she would want to know the second that somebody was doing something about that, basically. Gotcha.
Well, above board, something is being done about that.
I know, obviously, she's missing out on one of them, but
yeah. But that's a little late for Dodger. So
she doesn't know the gobos.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Wazy's
no one would have told her.
Yeah, Wazy's rubbing her eyes like, oh man, I'm sleepy. So she's remaining at Gubwater Keep. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, if she's rooming at Gubwater Keep, I think it's safe to assume, and I'll ask Joe and Benji about it, but I'm assuming Doki and Sterling are also staying with her and actually making the keep their own again. Like, actually returning back before the final decisive battle. Maybe Wazy's finally getting the retirement she deserves. Oh, that's very sweet. Oh, that's so sweet.
No. Oh, my heart.
It took over 500 years, but I think she's finally getting the ending
she finally
wants.
got it, dude.
She finally got it. Oh, that's so sweet. So, as you continue to sail, I think at this point you wouldn't. And this is where I'm going to need some. We're going to have to start filling in the gaps a little bit with the Misdemeanor crew. So the way that IO is positioned, I'm sorry I don't have a map, but the farthest journey that you've ever done is between the continents of Kathos and the continent of Ishtar. So you guys came from the Ishtar region. The Serpent's Smile divides the ocean through that. You push through the Serpent's Smile. You get over to the continent of Kathos, where Gubwater Keep is located. And then if you continue to sail south along the coast of Kathos, and continue over to the west, kind of in the to the east, the southern eastern hemisphere, you will eventually arrive over at Asmodia, or at least the burning husk and the burning ruins of that. Sorry, I'm doing the map, and I think I got my west and east. So, Ishtar's to the west, Kathos is to the east. You went from Ishtar to Kathos, which means you sailed east across the Serpent's Smile at that point, and you arrived over at Kathos, over to the north region. And now, if you were to go to Asmodia, which I know you guys are doing, you'd have to sail south along the continent of Kathos and over to the southeast.
Okay. Yeah, because we were gonna do Theo, but we don't have time now, right? So
yeah,
we'll just head straight there.
Yeah, a little pressed for time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
At this point. So,
but after, because we're all gonna be alive. After, that's when we do Theo.
Yeah, sweat. So, as you guys, so before doing that, I'm trying to get the timeline all associated at this point. You guys from Northern Kathos, from Gubwater Keep, would return back to Atlas, maybe to gather information, to continue to work with Manda for information and materials that you have. You then will need to, at that point, you guys actually meet with the goblins.
I was gonna say we really need to, because people who only watch Misdemeanor won't know what happened on the Goblins episode.
So, good news.
We had a crossover episode, bitch.
Yeah, good news for that is that episode is on the in the YouTube channel, is part of the Misdemeanor playlist. So you can actually watch that episode to see what happens. If you watch the playlist on YouTube, including crossovers, if your characters meet over at a crossover, that episode goes into the playlist where party members are involved, so people actually don't lose track of that. But those that don't notice, you actually learned... excuse me. Hold on one second. You actually learned, returning back from Atlas, right? The goblins have apparently had kind of a stake involved with the headmaster of the Exodus Academy as well. For the Archmagister of Brisbane, the headmaster of the Exodus Academy, and your former guardian at that point in time. So you actually learned that these goblins, these wily goblins, and Alis is over there sweating, have been trying to, essentially they're chasing down the headmaster at that point in time. And they were looking for someone that could scry across ley lines, because they actually saw the headmaster teleport and needed someone who was able to, at this point in time, track the ley line to figure out where the heck the headmaster is. So Alis, who has been absolutely studious of ley lines, traveling across them, all that stuff. Alis, at that point, you had scried the ley line to figure out the status of the headmaster, to figure out where the headmaster went. And you, at that point, went through a journey through the headmaster's eyes after they teleported from one of the Ishtarian human villages. You witnessed the headmaster teleporting back to the Exorcist Academy, bearing witness to the barrier that was built up by Oswin. The headmaster failed to break the barrier, returned back to her hidden office, where at that point she transformed into a man, an individual with a fair complexion and white hair. You're uncertain if this was a disguise or if that was her actual form. I think you know that yeah, you did, because anyways, yeah, you know, I'm sorry, you did know that because she revealed that the headmaster is literally just a disguise when you guys were having the dinner and she encountered that
I don't remember if I don't think that they like revealed their true face, but we knew that wasn't it.
That is correct. They did not reveal their true face, but she spoke with a male's voice, revealing that she is that this is a facade. This is a disguise. And then you saw what he looked like, fair complexion with white hair. And as he was looking around trying to get information, he spotted that something was missing, specifically over at a bookshelf, which made him extremely pissed and angry. And after about, I'd say, a week's time of further study, he received he spotted something within the aether. Something reached out and communicated, or he sensed something, and then teleported to the kingdom of Asmodia, where he encountered, and we revealed this previously in sort of like a meanwhile scene, where he spoke with Asmodeus, attempted to swindle, attempted to do everything that he could to gain power from Asmodeus, to get the upper hand, to learn a new influence of magic. And that's where Asmodeus turned it around on him and transformed him into a Lord of Shadow, specifically the Lord of Many Faces and Deceit, Ashura. Ashura is... trying to think how to say this. So here's a question, or a better way to do this, because I think there's people that are more knowledgeable about this than I am. So Ashura, and I don't think it has any bearing, but I think this is just more because I know we got wiki people in the audience. So Ashura, once the headmaster became Ashura, Ashura is now their gender identification is they. Ashura is a they now. So if I say he or she, it's because Ashura has become they at that point. Just multiple, just everything essentially. So if I identify them incorrectly, I apologize, but that's just what Ashura has become. And that makes sense. Does that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Just wanted to get that there and just make sure I'm saying everything correctly, because it's knowledge. We're all learning. So, or I'm learning. I'm still learning. So, so at that point, so Ashura is now, they've become the Lord of Shadow or a Lord of Shadow at this point, specifically the Faceless Lord of Shadow Deceit. And that is where you see the end of the line. The end of the Archmagister of Brisbane, but also another individual entirely. Dodger, did the goblins actually tell you more of the headmaster and how they link to the goblins? Like, do you remember what they told you about that? Because the goblins found out a lot more about the headmaster, specifically the history of 50 years ago.
No, they didn't delve into that.
Okay.
It was very much just like, we need to kill that guy. We were like, all right, great. I would love for them to be dead. So
Okay.
sure, let's do that.
Okay. In that case, that's all the information you would know. The goblins discovered a lot more.
I don't recall them delving into like specifics that we didn't know.
Right.
But
so yeah, because the headmaster effectively has a a deep freaking history with goblins and goblin culture. Unfortunately, they didn't go through it, so I can't release that. I can't give that information to you now. That's information I can give you guys later on. Yeah, so the goblin, it's a lot more than hey, this guy screwed us over. It's like, no, this guy has history specifically with the goblin culture of the Ishtar Highlands. So there is definitely some heavy crossover going on. So at that point in time, the goblins want to go to the Exodus Academy to gather more information about the headmaster, learn more about everything that's been going on from there. And this is going to be between this session and the session that happened on Wednesday, where Kyrin, along with Zahani, will accompany the goblins to also assist in gathering more information. Specifically because a fallen hero, as you all know, which is very dangerous, very deadly, is wandering around the Exodus Academy, an emptied Exodus Academy, by the way, seeking knowledge. And even though they don't seem to be quite troublesome or quite dangerous, because they didn't do anything to harm Alis, right? It's still a threat, because you also just finished a fight with Wazy, and you know that the fallen heroes are not messing around. So, Kyrin and Zahani, after today's session, little timey-wimey stuff, we'll actually be heading off over to the Exodus Academy by teleporting to there.
Atlas and then hitching a ride.
Exactly. They need some set.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, and here's the key thing. Hope this doesn't confuse the story anyway. But so what was also discovered as you were tracking things down. Any teleportation into Asmodia at this point in time after further studying is now been severed, which means even if you have a link from Atlas, from the Ultra City of Atlas to Asmodia, which Leighton had at one point in time, has been completely cut off. Teleportation is impossible, which means the only way that you will be able to reopen the line, essentially, is to sail to Asmodia yourself, and then using your magic of Leyline Control Alis, reopen the teleportation link between Atlas and Asmodia. And that is when the heroes of those that have answered the call, the call of war, essentially, will be able to arrive over in the Kingdom of Asmodia to defeat the Deep One, the Soul of Levin, Asmodeus himself. Because this guy wants to tear open the Shadow Veil, which you all have bore witnessed and have been inside, and release the captured denizens of the Veil, and just release it upon Io's surface itself, which is
That's a bad.
That is indeed a bad. So, lots of information, lots of beginning of that recap. Any questions or anything I did not address?
No,
that's pretty good.
Okay. Excellent. Very good. So, guys are going to be sailing for a limited amount of time. And I think the plan here is you'll be sailing down the coast of Kathos, because you're currently in the northern regions of Kathos, where Gubwater Keep is located. You'll be sailing towards the south until you arrive over at the port. Until you arrive over at the port of Lundolin, which is a coastal kingdom, and that's more over at the southern part of Kathos. You'll be arriving there. Meanwhile, since Gerard could not make it today, we will say Leighton is in deep, I would say maybe a deep meditation with the sword immortality. As he's been dealing with a lot, and so Leighton himself has been a little wired at this point in time.
He drank too much.
Yeah, that's it. That's
what's really going on.
That's what you gotta.
He's just asleep. He's like, yes, I need time, and then he just passes out in the room.
Alis.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes.
It's like we haven't had the chance to do this because you've been literally off reality this entire time. You have received a message from the beyond.
A message from the beyond.
Chat saying finally. Shut up, chat. A ping within your mind. A familiar voice echoes in your brain. As a message of sending has entered your mind. Do you accept the charges?
I do accept the charges.
All right. You hear the shy, deep voice of Leask, which you last encountered before facing off against the memory of an altered void. As 5 messages of sending echo within your mind. I can. I have too much music. What the heck, dude? I think this. This. Oh, okay. Hold on. Hold on. Oh. All right. The message echoes off and says the following. Oh, wait. Summer, you're in chat. Summer, get over here. I'll just have Summer read you the sending.
Summer, come in here and do your sendings, please.
Yes. I was like, Summer's literally here watching. I'm like, Summer, you come in here and read the sending message. So it's in the voice of Leask. Yes, absolutely. Man, if Summer like walked away. Okay, there it is. I didn't even think about that. Stall for me. As you walk in, the message itself seems faded and unclear within your mind.
Yes, I step out further onto the deck. Trying to get a better signal.
You walk outside as the sea breeze air brushes against your face. Ah, the thirst for adventure that falls over you. You can't believe of all the things that are happening as this messages continue to flood
How
your
did life get so crazy? How much time has it been? A few months? A few years? What is time?
What is time? As you then question the reality of time, the messages become clearer and clearer still. Armstrong stubs his toe while trying to, at this point, pilot the ship. You are there.
Burn it.
You almost hear the messages as the distraction of the stubbed toe.
I squint and look off into the horizon. Nearly
there. It's rushing over.
Almost.
Luna, what are you doing? Are you drinking tea? Also, you're muted. You're muted, Laura.
Oops. Okay. Yeah. I think I just said, yeah, probably. I think.
As you sip your tea, suddenly a message pierces into your mind, Alis.
Wait a second, I just ran all the way from down upstairs.
I'm sorry, Summer, I could have read it. I'm sorry.
It's been 3 months. I don't remember where I wrote these down.
Oh, you pinned it. You pinned it to the message so I wouldn't forget.
Oh, shit. Okay, one sec.
I can read it if you want.
No, I got it. I just ran all the way upstairs from
That's okay.
Oh my God.
It's
Imagine
okay, Summer,
waiting until
it.
Summer joins the call and then being like, no, you know what? Actually, I've got this.
I've got it, Summer. I think I can go ahead and get it.
You can go.
You can go. I'm kidding.
Unreal.
I also haven't done Lee's voice in a couple of weeks. Fuck!
Just do Avery.
But Avery has Abby to back her up. I can't do that.
Yeah, just do there you go.
Brooding.
You got it. Brood. Give me the brood.
So you get the little brain tingle, and he will shyly, very shyly, but kind of panicked because he's trying to do this while walking into a hyperbolic time chamber. Sending 1 out of 5 because I'm sorry, I had a lot of extra spell slots. Well, we didn't die, but it seems like we're gonna be stuck under Atlas for a while. So if you stop by, you can come visit, I guess. Sending 2. You seem like you had a good head on your shoulders, kid. I hope you're able to spread that wisdom to others soon. I'll be asleep for a few 100 years now. But it was nice to actually be able to relate to someone. Take good care of that new family of yours. They seem like they might need you almost as much as you need them. And keep safe that memento from me. Be proud of what you've done and where you've come, because you're the only you there's ever gonna be. So be proud of that. End scene.
Voice fades away.
Bye, Summer. Thank you. Alis will grab the necklace, the amulet that Leask gave him, and he'll kind of look around, knowing that he's not going to be there, but feeling a little disoriented, and goes, Leask? Can I reply? What do you mean you're going asleep? And he'll sort of be stuck there thinking for a bit, I think.
While Alis continues to look off to the side, what is everyone else doing?
I think Luna kind of notices Alis freaking out and talking to himself and looking all over the place, and she's kind of like walks up and she's like, "Hey, Alis, are you okay?"
Jump. Do you remember Leask, who helped us with the void fight?
Yeah, the young boy, right?
He they were attempting to become gods, I believe, and he seems like a little shaken up. He just sent me sendings saying that he was going to go to sleep for hundreds of years, that they did it, I guess, but...
Oh. You go to sleep like the way Sterling did?
I don't know. I suppose it's not so easy to just become a god, is it?
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Luna looks a little bit confused.
Alis also looks confused.
I mean, maybe we'll hear about them in the future, or maybe they'll wake up in a completely different life. I don't know.
I'll nod.
Did the
It'd be
captains give
strange,
you rum
wouldn't it?
again?
Well, no. I'm just...
Oh, sorry. It's just you were looking around a lot, and I couldn't tell if you were drunk.
It's very strange to hear someone's voice in your head.
Yes.
It does make you wonder, though. Like, Sterling, and also Leask, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All these people that we know, they go to sleep in one time and perhaps wake up when the world is totally different.
Hmm. What do you think makes them want to do that?
I suppose if the future holds something better, or if they think it's necessary. I wouldn't want to do that, I don't think.
I've thought about it from time to time. Sometimes I feel like I'm already doing that. You know, elves and all. We live through so many other people's lives. But I don't know, were they afraid of what was coming? Did they think there was something better in the future?
I think Sterling had nothing left. And maybe he hoped that there would be something for him later.
Oh. I think when that time comes for me, I don't know if I would just accept it, say, this is it, I've lived a long enough life, I'm ready to go now too, or if I would still want something more. What about you, Alice?
As long as I knew that I lived a life where I felt proud of what I'd done, I think I'd be happy to just live a life normally, or a normal amount, I suppose.
You have elven blood, don't you?
I think so. He'll, tap his ears that are slightly pointed.
I thought so.
I never knew either of my parents, so I'm not totally sure, but I don't know what else would give me these.
So you don't really know how long you're gonna live.
No.
An elf's life is a lonely one. You get to meet a lot of people, but you're saying goodbye a lot. So I think that I've sort of come to know, I'm not even that old for an elf, but when you say goodbye this many times, you start to wonder, when are you going to feel ready to go yourself, Maybe Leask maybe he just was done here. For now, I guess.
I think he wanted to do something really great. And maybe sleeping for a long time will give him that opportunity.
Well, I'm glad he messaged you.
Me too. Said he's sleeping under Atlas, I believe.
Oh.
So it's somewhere I could go, although it might be a bit disconcerting.
Do you want to go there?
I don't know. If I think that... Seems a bit callous to not respond. Kind of screw up his face. If I think I'm going to die before he's going to wake up, I should at least write a letter and leave it there, right? It would be strange to just...
I mean...
If he took the time to send a message to me,
yeah.
I'd like to respond.
That makes sense, yeah. I don't know how sleep works, if you sleep for hundreds of years, when you wake up, do you have some kind of summoning sickness, when you wake up, or do you remember everything as it was right when you became unconscious?
I don't know. Are you saying that he might wake up and read my letter and then go, I don't know who this person is, and rip it to shreds?
I mean, I don't think he would do that. I just wonder, when you sleep for that long, how much do you remember? But no, I think sending him a message would be a good idea. You could always write it in a way that would give a bit of context. You could say, this is, in case you don't remember, this is an old friend. Yeah, I think it's better to say the things you need to say than to never say it at all.
He'll nod. Do you have a lot of things that you wish you had said?
Oh. Well, yeah, I guess I do. I like to think that I call them lifetimes, every new adventure I had or every new family I had, I like to call them lives. And I like to think that every new life I had, I got better at saying the things I wanted to say. In the beginning, it was hard, because you got so many voices in your head saying, don't say this, they don't want to hear it, or I'll get in trouble or something like that. But the more people you say goodbye to, the more you realize, a lot of people don't live very long. You don't really get that chance. So, yeah, if I could have told one of my friends something, I would have, if I had that chance now.
Alice will kind of... He'll pat your hand and hold it for a second. And say, Luna, in the spirit of saying things that we want to say, I'm very blessed to have you in my life.
Oh.
And I know that you said a while back that you think of me as a brother, and there's no better sister I could have ever had in my life.
Oh. Luna gets a little glassy-eyed.
So, I don't know how long I'm going to live, but I'm honored to have been in one of your lives.
Luna smiles and looks back at Alis. It was nice to get to know you, and whether you end up being more like me and living a lot of different lives, how much elven blood you have running through your veins, or whether you end up being more human, I'm glad you were in my life too. You're so brilliant, and it's been so neat seeing you turn into who you are today. I never had a brother, so happy to call you mine.
He'll smile a little and then look like not uncomfortable, but like he'll suddenly, kind of like stand a bit straighter and shake his head a bit and go, right. Well, thank you.
Go ahead, write that letter. Luna kind of like gives him a little punch on the shoulder and starts walking away.
Ow.
I'm sure he'd appreciate it.
Ow, my arm. Ooh, I bruise easily.
my bird bones. Yeah, I think at that point, Alis would head down below if other people want to do stuff.
Okay. You begin to walk down below, and over in the cabin over here, what is everyone else doing?
I have a thing.
Yes, please.
All right. Armstrong is gonna make his way, assuming we're at some clear waters where he can leave the wheel for a sec.
Yeah.
Make his way over to find where am I? Am I trapped? Oh, okay. Find like a mostly empty barrel of rum or something.
Right.
And pick it up and carry it back and plop it right down where Zahani is.
Oh my god.
And say, sit.
Right here or on the barrel?
On the barrel. What do you think?
Okay. I sit on it.
And then he grabs 2 mugs and he pours some rum out of the barrel and hands Zahani one. Okay, so above game, I know next to nothing about Zahani.
Above board, Zahani knows nothing about Zahani.
Yeah. My life is an enigma.
So, tell me what I'm seeing, or at least what I should know at this point about Zahani.
We time skipped like 2 or 3 weeks, right, to get to the Wazy fight. So
Yeah, we did.
You guys would have spent some time together.
Right.
Yeah. So I want to know. I want to know
now that
what,
there's
what
like
I
some
should
silence. Yeah.
know. And then Captain Armstrong will grill him.
Okay.
So is he an elf?
He's, I mean, he doesn't really know what he is, but above board, he's a changeling. He's whatever he wants to
Okay.
And changelings are not a race of Aya. Like you would have never heard of a changeling before.
be.
Right.
Yeah, and I figure on our first trip, going to find Wazy, I mean, I would have been honest about everything that I've been through, including that I was created to assist Cosma,
Oh.
but I rejected the, peering inside of my own mind and became my own person.
By the way, to assist with the RP, I'm happy to report that the flip button now works again. So.
Oh, good. I was trying, and
Yeah, sometimes the sandbox just crashes, unfortunately. But yes, now you can flip.
my headphones came unplugged for a second. What did I miss?
Now you can flip.
Yay, flip!
Yay, flip.
Okay. All right, young man. Right, young man. Is that correct?
Maybe you don't even know. You're like, young man, old man.
Young man.
How old am I?
Young man. Well, either way. If you're gonna be on this crew, I want to take a little time to get to know you a little better. Now, consider this your job interview.
Do I get paid?
You get paid in whatever spoils we happen to plunder along the way. And of course, there be glory awaiting around every turn.
Oh, then I accept.
Kyron
Well,
kind of rolls around and she eyes him and she's like,
You know that's kind of a lie, right?
Hey, you stay out of this.
It's
Find
a
something
lie.
to eat.
What is a lie?
I don't have anything to eat right now.
Nicholas!
You just see her off in the echo.
Find a little feral one, something to put in her mouth.
Yeah, you'll just kind of see Nicholas like walk outside. It's just like, yes, Captain.
You got any bread or anything that Kyron could stuff her face with?
Kyron smiles.
Trying to conduct important business here.
Nicholas just kind of looks over at Kyron, squinting a little bit and sighing and saying, I've got...
Does the grabby hands.
Yes, I'm sure I can find something. Just, I've just been very busy. Maybe some old stew?
Whatever you have.
I mean, I've got some lobster. It's,
Yes?
I mean, it's old, very salty.
Whatever.
Lobster jerky.
It's fine. Whatever. Just bring it.
Do you remember when you fought that lobster so many months ago? It might not be...
Oh.
And then he's quiet, and then he goes, actually, you know what? I might as well give it some good use. I'll be right back. And you'll just see him. He's just kind of like stumbles down.
Is that a good idea?
You have an iron stomach,
In
Kyron.
that case, bring a couple extra bowls.
I mean, I have an iron stomach, but there's some limits to that. That was what? How many months ago?
Masay, I think your mic's a little low, just a little bit. I have you on max volume,
Hello.
so
Hi.
Oh.
Is this
Yay.
better?
yeah, that's better. Good,
Okay.
that works. You'll see him come back after a few minutes, and he literally hands you this what appears to be like this very dried piece of pale meat, and it looks like pale leather as he hands it to you like on a wooden plate.
She sniffs it a bit. Does it smell anything? Does it smell rancid?
Salty.
She'll shrug and start chewing on it.
As you chew on it, it literally is like chewing a piece of leather at this point in time, and it just continues to chew, and then it's extremely salty, and you taste little bits of lobster, and it takes quite a bit of an effort to chew. And Nicholas walks away.
She's got sharp teeth, so she's just gonna be sitting there chewing and watching.
And
She's definitely gonna sit there and
Does
just
your
stare
mouth just
straight
change
at.
into shark mouth?
Yep. Nicholas, happy with the plan of giving you the lobster jerky, believing that you'll be chewing it for quite some time. This might give him some effort to actually cook more food before Kyron eats the crew out of house and home again.
All right, let's see how long that keeps her busy. Hopefully we can conduct our interview in time.
She's watching like a supervisor
No.
over here.
Zahani,
Yes.
did you ever think you'd be ending up on a pirate ship?
I didn't know what a pirate ship was until I came on this.
And so far, what do you think?
It's really fun. I like to sit at the front and watch the water.
Aye, well, that's a good start. That part is rather nice. Now, what sort of past experience do you have?
With what?
Well, work, adventuring, anything. Anything of note.
I could climb trees. I could step on about maybe 10 bugs in a row. I'm not sure what other experience there is.
You turn into a monkey.
Yes, I can do that too.
Aye, that is quite a useful, albeit unsettling trick. So you can climb trees, step on bugs, and turn yourself into a giant ape.
Yes.
And you like being on a pirate ship.
Yes, especially that one.
Well, that's good enough for me. You're hired.
When do I start?
Well, you've already started. This is a mere formality.
Can I go sit at the front of the ship?
Aye, go sit at the front, enjoy yourself.
Zahani runs.
Rather strange when we got there. Well, where did we pick him up again?
He's been around. He just kind of fell into our laps and just never left. Essentially.
Do we need to be suspicious?
She kind of looks in the direction that Zahani left in and then looks back at Armstrong and says,
Probably.
and she continues to munch.
That's not the answer he was expecting.
Oh no.
Well then, Luna, what do you think? Can we trust the mysterious young man?
Zahani?
Aye.
He's been good and loyal so far. I don't know him that well, but he's quite strong in battle. Did he tell you he can turn into a monkey?
I told him.
Aye, it was one of 3 skills he listed, along with tree climbing and bug stomping.
He's very impressionable, I think. And I think he'd like you a lot. He probably would like to learn from you. I don't know too much about his origins, though. It's still quite a mystery to me. But he's been nice so far.
So at this point, he would have said that he was made for Cosma, right?
Yeah. During one of our trips together. when we
Gotcha.
had-
Oh.
Kyron at that point would like turn and be like,
All right, I mean, that's all well and good, but we have to remember, origins or no, Cosma was kind of a big deal. I don't mean to be, a jerk about anything or whatever, but some caution might suffice.
I agree.
yeah, Kyron's gonna like point directly up. Kyron's gonna point at the sky.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, sorry, I was muted on this end. The sky itself torn open. As you look up into the sky, you'll see the corpse of a floating god just suspended off in the air. And just the quote-unquote second sun that is up there off in the distance, which you would have learned at this point. Formerly a planet known as Jupiter that suffered an incident known as the Nova Incident a long time ago.
What do we know about how Zahani was made for Cosma?
That
Like to
depends
help
on.
Cosma, or?
Oh, that depends on what Zahani shares.
Well, how much do I know besides what I heard just in a dream that I was
That's
made
it.
along with others?
That- I mean,
That's all I would say. I would
that is-
also say that there are others like me that I'm trying to find.
Yeah,
Is-
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, is Cosmokara like dead, or do we not know?
So, I don't know what information your party knows about Cosmokara. Cosmokara is dead. Like, it literally had a parasite inside, which was one of the 8 Lagoses, that was literally moving Cosmokara around like a corpse vessel, essentially.
Gross.
And it was killed with Kyron and Zahani was literally on the floating. Was on the corpse of Cosmokara careening down to the sky, facing off against Lagos, the insidious parasite. But Cosma, Zahani says he was made from Cosma, not Cosmokara.
Oh.
Yes, and the giant body you see floating up in the sky is Cosma.
Oh.
Cosmokara is just one of Cosma's unborn children.
Oh.
Is Cosma dead?
Well, that's a great question. Let's go ahead and look at the suspended body in the sky again.
Shrugs, points to the sky again.
I mean,
Is Cosma bad?
I mean, Cosmokara was sent to destroy Io, so I mean, there's really no information known as with the floating corpse of a god in the sky. I mean, you really don't know the history at that point. A lot of unknowns.
Yeah, I agree with Kyron. We don't.
Also, keep in mind, Kyron's been on Cosmo before.
Yep.
That's
So
right.
she don't trust anything.
Yeah, I forgot.
So as Zahani.
I think it's one of those things.
But
where
also,
it's
she at the time she didn't know that Zahani was like,
Related.
Cosma,
Yep.
piece of Cosma. And now that she knows, she's just like, don't know about that.
I don't want to like jump to any conclusions or anything, but it's one of those things where they seem nice, but what if someday, just like with Scrum, what if someday something happens and
He's
a part
looking-
of them comes out that we don't know, you know what I mean?
He's looking for more of his own kind. He's literally trying to find anyone who's like him. We don't know what's gonna happen when he meets someone like that.
Yeah, I agree.
He's nice, and I like Zahani just fine. But
She points up at the sky again.
I was up there, and it was not a good time.
Also, the last person that you the experience, Zahani, how much do you actually share? Do you share your entire
Oh, I
experience?
share everything.
connection-
Zahani doesn't
Yeah.
know how to keep secrets.
So Zahani
Great.
would have shared to you that he heard a voice in a dream that essentially tried to flip the switch to become an agent of Cosma, and Zahani was able to refuse, was able to push the voice out. And the only time that's familiar with you and your adventures, Armstrong, is when the pirate over in that tavern literally walked up and said, "I gotta kill you," because that's what.
Ah, that's right, that guy.
Yeah, who had a switch in his mind turned on, was once a
That was
pirate
weird.
that lived his life and then realized he was an agent of an alien god sent to destroy, those that were fight Cosmokara. So that's the best comparison you can have for that over in Kreshard.
Okay, I think Captain Armstrong would probably count that in favor of Zahani pretty highly then, and would trust him.
Yeah, because it's the same story except Zahani went no and was able to keep his control essentially.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks.
Well, for now I'll be optimistic. I believe he can be a great help and a great addition to this here crew. And a fine crew it is. Hear, hear!
Here. Yeah.
All right.
How about that sky?
I never want to see it again, but it's always there.
When I
might
gaze
need a
up
little
into
bit
that
of rum.
sky, I can help you with that.
Thank you, Captain.
When I gaze up into that abyss in the sky, I feel nothing.
Oh my god.
Oh
And
gosh.
perhaps it's for the best.
I mean, isn't that kind of par for the course, Captain?
It is.
So, meanwhile, while that discussion's happening, Alis, you have went below deck, correct?
Yeah. I think he would kind of like, assuming that Leighton is in here somewhere,
Yeah.
I think he would have kind of like peeked the door open to see if he's okay. Like not wanting to disturb him, but just to make sure that he's all right.
You just see him kind of like sitting cross-legged over in the corner, just staring at his sword.
He'll slowly close the door. This door over here is the library, right?
That's the stairs that
that's below
descends
deck.
down. Yep.
Okay.
You'll see Wood Gnome literally using a whittling knife, carving something into the floor.
Does I get better?
Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on.
He's
Sorry.
got both his eyes.
Yeah. It
Oh
literally.
my God.
It's literally because we haven't seen Wood Gnome this chapter.
Gnomes
so.
grow eyeballs back.
One moment.
Canonically.
I'm trying to find the other art.
Gnomes should be like lizards. That would be so like I would believe that.
on brand. Yeah.
Yeah, they just grow limbs back. It's like no big.
Shoot. Where the heck is that art? One moment, please. We got Wood Gnome. Trying to get the. Oh, there we go. 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay. Wood Gnome did say gnomes lay eggs. Oh my god, that's absolutely correct.
They're just lizards, dude.
All right. Suddenly, an eye patch appears on. I would also love it. You know what? That's what canonically happens.
This has been a grift the whole time.
This is what you know what? I think that's what's gonna canonically happen. He turns over, he's carving something. He's like, come on, and he turns over with his eye patch over above his head, both eyes still there, and he goes, shit, and he throws the eye patch back on, and he goes, ahoy, kid, what's going on?
Ayla squints at him. Yeah, doing all right. What are you working on?
Ah, my eye, he just says unprompted as he like rubs his eye patch again.
Really? You're not selling it. I definitely saw that, but
You saw nothing.
fine. It's not the weirdest thing you've done, even today, so.
He goes back down and he just kind of like sits down on the floor and he's like, nothing, just putting a mark on my ship. I mean, the ship. I mean, just sitting here being a good crew mate. Hey, kid, what's going on?
Ayla just looks at him and then goes down the stairs.
Hey, good. It just echoes off in the distance, just like, hey, good talking to you, kid. As you're like walking downstairs, descending down. Whew.
He bought it.
Did it again, would know. All right. You'll descend down over into the library.
I like to think that part of this library has been like converted into the cartography station for Linda.
Yeah. Actually, let me see if I've got. Yeah. Actually, hold on 1 second. I got Man, I'm doing multiple things at once. I'm sorry, but I want.
Yeah. No, hold
because we need.
This is The Sims now.
Yeah.
Where do you want things?
Nam keeps drawing beautiful pictures of our just miscellaneous NPCs, and I'm just
I know, I love it.
and I'm just like, yo, can we use that as the token? And Nam's like, yes, and I'm just like, thank you, because now we can actually do that. Linda Philippa. Oh yes. Let me go ahead. Give me a second. AKA Map Waifu. Oh, that's amazing. Linda Philippa. I think Philippa was 1L. And then I got that, and I got that. Yeah, I'll have to shake up the map, the area next time. But yeah, it's the process of being converted. I would say. So you would just see. I'll make sure because these tokens have been coming in as giants. There you go. Art by
look at her.
Art by Nam. Yeah,
That's so good.
It's so delightful. You'll see her. She's paging through. I kind of imagine like these bookshelves over here is just filled with all sorts of maps as she's looking around, and she'll like turn over to you and just goes, "Oh, Aelis.
Hello, Linda. How is it?
Oh, everything's fine. I wish the company was better." And she'll turn over to this area where Malcolm has made a makeshift studious area.
Yes, about that. Would you mind if I had the room for a moment?
Whatever you need, child. You'll just kind of nod and turn around. And you'll bump into her, and she's like, "Oh, pardon me, excuse me."
So relatable.
Sorry, and then you'll just hear above deck.
Oh, hello, Wood Gnome. Don't talk to me.
And you just kind of hear the footsteps moving around.
Oh, God, poor Linda. She's like, I miss the goblins.
So you'll, yes, at that point, just be there and you'll sigh and. Yeah. So feel free to walk around.
Yeah, Aelis will like. He really will take a deep sigh and sort of clench his jaw, like he's been thinking about something for quite a while, and he'll walk over.
You'll see Malcolm walking around. He tends to walk around with just his high socks, usually wearing some very fashionable heeled boots. He leaves that over to the side at that corner over there because Malcolm wears heeled boots. That's canon. Winks at the audience.
And the crowd goes wild.
So fashionable. And he will then... For those that haven't been to the fan art channel, a new revelation of Malcolm's attire is, does he wear heels? And as the DM, I say, yes, absolutely. That man wears heels. So then he walks over, because his boots is a little bit trickier to navigate around this wooded floor. He'll just kind of walk around the carpet, and he's just reading a book, looking very focused. Because he is a tall, he's more of a taller man, he kind of doesn't notice Aelis at first as he's walking around.
Aelis will like come around the corner and go to say something, and Malcolm will just walk by.
Yep.
And go, ahem.
He looks over and he goes, "Oh, Aelis. How goes it?"
Malcolm, I need to talk to you.
Can we do it later? I'm exceedingly busy. The books that you keep in this area, well, first of all, the majority of them are blank.
Malcolm.
I thought you would have had a library above here. These books are...
You've been with us for a couple of weeks, so I think that you'll understand when I say either you can talk to me in private or you can talk to Leighton in front of everyone.
He closed the book. You seem rather insistent. Fine, what is it? He says, just kind of like nonchalantly blowing you off.
All right. I need to know what that book is.
What book? This one? He holds it up.
Not the one you're holding. The book that we helped you get.
And he'll close the book. I don't know if he closed the book or not, so he opens it, does it again. I don't know, but you'll just kind of
It's
see
nervous
him.
energy, you know. He's just opening it and closing it.
Yeah. He'll
Yeah.
place the book back over at this. He'll place the book he was reading back over at this bookshelf, and he goes, "I believe we've been over this. But when I have more information, I'd be willing to tell you. Why is it so important to know my business?"
It's not your business anymore. It's all of our business.
Listen, as I've assured you before, the book is completely harmless. If you really think it's that great of a
Right.
threat, once we get to Llewellyn, you can just maroon me there for all I care.
Look, I'm going to tell you what we've just done, and then I'm going to ask you the same question again, all right? But I need you to listen and not talk over me.
Malcolm, opens his mouth as if he's about to... Because Malcolm
If he looks like he's about to talk, Alis will just launch into it.
Yeah, so he opens his mouth for a brief moment, because as Malcolm, he always has to have an answer for everything, and then he'll look over towards you, and he'll just close it. He'll nod and kind of sort of flamboyantly move his hand over to you, and with a gracious bow, give you the go-ahead.
All right. A friend asked me to track the headmaster. They had coordinates somehow, and as you know, I'm able to track ley lines. So it's believed they were using one to travel, to teleport, and I found them. I saw after images of everything they did before and after we were at the academy. And when the headmaster arrived, to skip to the point, when they realized that the book was missing, it was distress, anger. I've never seen them look that way before. They were panicked and desperate. And now, well, they've made a deal. Not the one that they wanted, I should think, but they're more powerful than ever, Malcolm. And their form's been twisted into something else entirely. And you said that you needed that book to help a friend, to make things right. And I've barely pried. I've only asked a couple of times. I've tried to respect your privacy. We haven't even asked where you're trying to go, if anywhere. Are you just using us to try to hide until you figure out what to do? Because in the end, we need to know what that book is, because he cares about that book. So what is it?
Malcolm will look behind him, while you're talking and going into it and mentioning the headmaster going over. He'll, turn behind him where you would probably believe the book is stashed. I mean, you're smart enough. You know where the book is, but you're not going to... I feel like you're not one to, I'm going to grab this book and investigate. You're just kind of, letting him do his thing and making him feel as if he, that he's safe and protected and no one's trying to go after him. And, he, turns over and you'll say he's after it, and he'll turn over to you and go, he.
Headmaster is not who we think they are. They're able to change form. The version that we know is not who they really are. And to be honest, I still don't know for sure what they really look like or who they are, but I know they've been around for a long time, and they're insanely powerful, and even more so now.
But the headmaster of the Exodus Academy is not... That's not their form?
No.
Who are we dealing with, then? What? I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to wizards, my dear boy. What did he look like? What does he have a name?
I believe that the, trying to assess whether or not to mention that this information came from goblins.
Mm-hmm.
I think the name Valiansworth came out. Kronos was another one. I honestly don't know.
When you say Valiansworth, you just kind of see his face grow pale for a minute. He'll just turn to you. Valiansworth? Is that
Do you know them?
Is that their surname? No.
Potentially.
And you just at that point, like his... Aleph has an answer for everything, and the moment you say it, his face just pales, and he goes, that's why. That's why she did it. He... Oh. Nigel, I'm so sorry.
Nigel, everyone keeps mentioning a Nigel. Who is that?
He turns over to you, and he has nothing left to hide at this point in time, and you'll just kind of see him face a little pale. His face, instead of having that smirk he would normally have, he just kind of like keeps a very stern face before with just a stoic expression, he'll walk back, grab the book, hold it up, and just present it to you like he's holding it, as if to answer your question.
Alis will kind of look between him and the book and sort of tentatively reach out, like, can I take this? Can I look at it?
And he'll just say, please be careful. But...
What is it?
And he hands it to you and says, Nigel, this is Nigel. Nigel Valiantsworth.
I don't think I follow.
Some time ago, myself was very fortunate to visit the ancient lands of history, the Old Academy as we call it in the Ishtar region. There, I have dealt with probably the most traumatizing thing of my life. You see, my friend, even though he wasn't at the time, Nigel and myself, we were on the run from the Exodus Academy. We had bumped into so many things and run into many dangers. We learned a lot of the instructors were nefarious, murderous even, belonging to some sort of cult, I would imagine. We learned it after some time. They were what they called themselves daymancers. Of course, we didn't know this. They witnessed that construct, that abomination, what we fought underneath the academy. You remember, don't you, Alis?
Of course.
The school just let it happen. Something happened. A mishap with one of the tests. One of the first-year students wandered into a section of the dungeon that belonged to a later-year student, and they got themselves... well, they fell into a pretty dangerous trap. And instead of the school taking fault of what has happened, they buried it. They sent this cadaver collector over to the students that were trapped underneath the labyrinth. We witnessed them slain and murder. And they knew. They knew we witnessed it all. So myself and Nigel, we ran. We ran to as far as we could into the depths of the dungeons of the Exodus Academy. This boy, Nigel, and you just kind of see his tears forming in his eyes. I treated him with such malcontent. He was nothing in my eyes. No family, no noble blood. I handled it so mercilessly. But when push came to shove, and someone needed to step up, Nigel valiantly protected himself and us. He could have left me to die many, many times. But he valiantly protected me from so much. He was the bravest wizard, is the bravest wizard I've ever known. We fled from the pursuing instructors. We arrived over into a strange statue with sand. And we fought, and as we ran, we dealt with one of the instructors. Melira, I believe her name was. Wasn't sure what happened at that point in time. And he begins to describe a statue with sands of magics, of deep arcane energies. And he literally describes the room that you were in, Alis, before you teleported to the misdemeanor.
Right. Okay.
And he just goes, I'm not sure what was happened. We wanted to leave. We wanted to go as far as we could. Nigel, I'm still uncertain what happened, but it took us to the old academy, the first ever Exis Academy of Arcane Arts. The one that fell over 50 years ago. You remember it, don't you? You're knowledgeable of it, yes?
Yes. Yes, of course.
We kept running, and the academy, they kept pursuing. Melira was vicious and violent, wanted to bury us, ensure that we were dead. And we went into another labyrinth, the old academy, into the depths, and Nigel just seemed so familiar with the area until we arrived over in the old headmaster's office. Oh, it makes so much sense now. The books that I read, Valiantsworth, that was the name of the old headmaster of the old academy. Demetrius Valiantsworth. Why did I not see it before? Nigel was so familiar with the area. He managed to find the old headmaster's office with such ease. Melira, of course, chased us and pursued, and then just filled the whole thing with day energy, day magics. Nigel transformed into a vicious, most violent beast. And in Nigel's last effort, protected me with the day magics. I could have died right there, infused with this violent fumes, and before Nigel lost his entire form, he managed to protect me. And the last thing I saw were familiars of a variety of students. I recognize your snake now. And he points over at Eleanor.
Yes, I'm starting to understand how this all connects.
Last thing I saw, but I went unconscious, was this Nigel transforming into this abomination and Melira leaving him to his fate. That poor boy. When I finally awakened, students I also treated mercilessly was there. They managed to save Nigel of this dire fate. Tremor, Gideon, Eleonora, Al, Eldoris. They were all there. They somehow managed to save Nigel from the fate of transforming into an abomination. They saved my life. At any time, any of them could have left me to die because of the way I treated them. They didn't. They saved my life, and... Tremor, he'll say under his breath. God, so much life wasted. So much life lost. And he'll sigh a little bit once again before he will say, I thought the torment was all over. Thought it was finally done. Then he looks forward. And that's when she appeared.
The headmaster.
Headmaster Gloria Kronos. in the desperate hopes to save the day of the students that had been pushed so far, saying that Nigel was the one to blame. As in a moment she teleports in the fastest effort, polymorphs Nigel into what you see before with a very powerful spell. I thought it was simply a misguided effort. She said that he would hold trial for what he did, and of course, if he was proven innocent, the book was only a temporary measure. And now you're telling me that she was actually Valiantsworth. That son of a bitch turned his own son into a book. And you just see anger go over his face.
Alis will look down at the book, sort of understanding the gravity of, like, he's holding a life that is a book. You made a wish. The room you were in, I know it doesn't matter now, but that's how I left. That's why I vanished. There's a djinn that lives in that room. And if you wish for something hard enough, if you think it hard enough, your wish comes true.
He looks over at you. A djinn. Below the academy, he's shocked for like a moment before he just, a sigh escapes his breath and he says, I can't even pretend to be surprised of what this academy is hiding. The many trinkets and toys that the headmaster has been keeping for well over 50 years now, I suppose. And he'll look at the book again.
Hey.
You know, I was suspicious when the headmaster transformed Nigel into a book. She said it was for the safety of the students, to gather what has actually happened. I thought it was handled abruptly and poorly, but I sensed something. I sensed something from her at that point, and I brushed it aside at this point, and now terrifies me. She was hiding such... It felt like she was hiding rage, hiding hatred towards Nigel. I simply assumed that that was just her nature. Now I worry and fear that those emotions to be true. Did he really hate his son that much? He'll look over at Alis and said, I've tried everything. All matters of magic dispellation. I've just tried dispelling the magic with all my arcane energy. And the book remains in form.
I mean, look, obviously this form was intended to take away his voice. But it doesn't mean that he can't be communicated with. Have you attempted... I don't know, is there anything inside the book? Have you tried writing in the book?
He just looks down and almost shamefully. Are
you worried?
He shakes his head, nothing like that. Then he looks over at you. Not at first, no. I was afraid of what he would say, but after I desperately tried to dispel the book's form, I tried scrying magics. I tried to communicate with Nigel, and the voice is silent. This magic is far too strong. Ultimately, I feel that the only one that is able to dispel this magic, well, Valiantsworth himself. or a mage as powerful as him.
Yes, I don't know if we can rely on Valiansworth really to do anything helpful that way.
Not willing, no. But I've had some thoughts. Maybe forcing him to do so, or at worst, killing him. Analyzing his brain, absorbing his arcane energies, maybe using his power as part of a ritual to remove it. It is as painful as it is to admit, I do believe that Valiansworth, removed from the equation, would do better for all of us. We'd be better dead than alive or imprisoned. We need to end this.
Now, absolutely.
What do you mean? As looking over at you.
It's like I said, he's right, I don't know what he is anymore, but a moment. He'll kind of gently hand the book back to Malcolm, and then open his own book bag and take out like all of the drawings that he did of Asmodeus, of everything that he saw, all the different creatures. And he'll point to one of them and he'll say, "This is Valiansworth. This is what he looks like now."
You point at the picture drawn, rushedly drawn of now the new Shadow Lord of many faces and deceit, Ashura. And Malcolm's jaw just drops as he's just staring at this photo. He's like, "This is Valiansworth? Has
This
the gay
creature-
magic gone so far?"
This thing, Valiansworth went to try and make a deal and overstepped it. He's been transformed into something else, but infinitely more powerful. All of these creatures, they're all working together. It's... We're trying to figure out what to do about this. That's why I came to you about the book. If we can... He'll, hesitate. I didn't expect you to tell me that that's a person. I just knew that the book was important. If we can figure out how... This sounds callous, but if we can figure out how to use it somehow... He cares about that book. And deep down, even in this form, he might still care. It might be an edge to finally kill him, like you've said.
Malcolm will just kind of look at you with this this stare of disbelief, but also shock and horror. And he will just look down at the picture and look forward and look at the book. How powerful has Valiansworth become?
They intend to wipe our plane of existence and replace it with different beings. So, if that gives you an idea.
He holds onto the book, clutching it. And
Malcolm,
he looks down at it, and you just kind of see tears forming in his eyes. And he, as you speak, for the first time, instead of just over, being pompous and staring over you, he holds a hand out to silence you. He just goes, "I need to think. I need to think." No. And you'll just see him swing a fist over at the bookshelf, as you'll just kind of see it lurch back and books fall down to the floor, and he'll hold his weight against the bookshelf, and he'll look down, staring at the book. Of course. That's why he cares about the book. Don't you see? And he stands up and looks over at you. And he says, he wasn't upset because he lost his son. He's probably upset because he put so much energy and magics to permanently polymorph his son into a book that he showed his hand, giving us the edge. I've been trying to dispel the book without anything, and all spells of polymorph is just... It's always temporary. But this book, it's been like this for the better part of a year now. He must have put so much energy and magic into this book that it must have sacrificed a piece of himself to maintain its form. This is it, he says, holding up the book. This is the piece we need. To tear Valiant's Worth asunder. To absolutely meticulously dissect his magic. Remove it from the equation entirely. Do you wish to slay this new devil that Valiant's Worth has become? And then he, at that point, will hold the book up to you. Then you're going to need this to do it. The question that you'll have to ask yourself is what is more valuable? The lives of Io or of one tragic boy? And he'll hand you the book.
Alis will reach out and take it again.
And you'll just see at that point Malcolm look down, shaking.
Malcolm, you trusted your gut. You knew something was wrong. And you've spent the better part of a year, from my understanding, trying to figure out how to fix this and to set it right. And I'm not about to make a decision and say that we can't have both, that we can't save him and destroy Valiant's Worth. I don't think that... Well, I don't intend to say that it's one or the other without trying. You've tried to do all of this by yourself. So, let me help you.
He looks down and you just see him visibly just shaking at this point in time as he just looks up at you. And he'll just say, I don't know. Maybe there's a chance to defeat the devil without sacrificing the book. I don't know, but wouldn't it be irresponsible of us to selfishly try to save a life, to sacrifice that if it would sacrifice so much, this boy deserves a happy ending, I agree, but at what cost?
Malcolm, we're academics. It's in our nature to exhaust all options. So, let's think. Look, I'll stay with you. We'll figure out everything. Anything we can try.
He'll give a heavy sigh at this point. This heavy weighted sigh, and he will look down over. And he'll look up at you, eyes just watery and tearful, and give you a heavy nod. We still have some time before we arrive at Asmodia, yes?
Yes, we have time.
What if... Have you ever mentioned the Atlas to or Amanda to Malcolm?
No, but I was just thinking to myself, I think that now would be the time that he would. Alis will say, look, there's the place that we keep running off to. We vanish, we appear back here. It's another reality. We've attuned to it. It's another state of Atlas. Our Atlas, but different. And there are people there, they know things. They've been different versions of our world. They can answer questions, and Maybe we can figure something out. I could take you there if you want.
He just kind of smirks a little bit, like none of this is a surprise anymore, before he just says, it'll give us an edge. I think we should do the best we can, right?
Of course. Look, you haven't gone through all this effort just to say, sure, destroy the book.
No, but... And he looks down. We may have to start leaving that open as a possibility. Valianceworth is a slimy snake, and no offense, he says, staring at Eleanor, kind of like giving a nod. He's lived this long.
Alis will pet her head.
He's lived this long, has become headmaster of 2 academies, and archmagister of an entire kingdom. Even if I'm rather uncertain of what he's like in this form. So, he won't go down easily. We need to consider all our options. Weren't we stopping for some reason? Weren't some of you going to go back to the Exodus Academy, learn more information?
Is he referencing the Exodus Academy is our academy, right?
That's
the one that we went to.
Yes, to go to gather information, but also to protect against Oswin, essentially, since Oswin, the fallen hero, is literally wandering around the academy.
Right. Yeah, I think Alis would kind of like wince a little and say, I think someone else is potentially handling that, I hope.
And he nods, looking over towards you, and says, well, and while they're handling that, you and I will visit this altered reality. Might as well attack it on 2 fronts, yes?
Of course.
Ship will be stopped.
And he'll,
we'll just do that then.
he'll clear his throat and sigh and say, take a moment, because I think some of your eyeliner is running.
He says, as he kind of like, as he wipes his eyes a little bit, kind of like, you just kind of see him like clean his eyes a little bit and turn around, almost embarrassingly, and goes, right, if we are going to a new reality, I suppose I should make myself a little bit more presentable. And then he...
Alis will kind of smile, probably the first time he's ever smiled at Malcolm. He'll say, I'll grab you a tea as well, I think you could use it. And he'll start to walk away.
Yes, and he turns over and he says, less rum this time, as a nun.
Look, I don't make them.
And he goes, these pirates and their incessant drinking, as you just kind of see it continuously echo. Off scene, you'll, who's got the book? Do you have the book, or does, Malcolm have the book?
I still had it. I think that Alis would probably like leave it on the desk over here. That he wouldn't take it upstairs, not near Wood Gnome. That's asking for trouble.
As you're like walking up, leaving the book, and walking by, and he's just joking about the tea, you'll ascend up, and he's like, these pirates, all they do is drink. Absolutely such uncouth beasts. Why can't I be with something more? You just kind of hear him rambling on as you walk away.
Alis is just eye rolling as he's going up the stairs.
His voice begins to fade. You'll just kind of see him, starting to get his eyeliner and sit down, trying to put on his heeled boots, and as you walk away and hear his voice fade off as he's just talking on and on, off camera, you'll just see Malcolm turn his head to make sure no one's watching, and then he just collapses on the chair as his face will bury in his arms, and he'll just sob uncontrollably, keeping it as muted as possible. He'll turn over, his eyes running, looking over at the book, and he'll just mutter, "You never had a chance, did you?" All right. Is there anything else anyone wants to do while you guys are on the boat?
I don't think so.
If not, I actually think that is an excellent moment to wrap up today's episode of the Misdemeanor with that heavy moment at the bottom of the library. That sound good?
Woof. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
That
right.
was just a bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Sometimes, like when those long lore dumps happen, I'm just like sitting back and I'm just like, this is great.
It's good session, good lore episode, good drop. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's been above board. That's been probably over a year in the making at that point, since Arcane Academy season 1's finale, when Nigel first transformed into the book. So that's been there in the background for a very, very long time. So it's really cool that it finally all came together, and
We did it.
we did it. What a cause. So we'll see what happens next. I mean, next Saturday we're still playing. I'll have to see probably what'll end up happening. If I may propose a session for you all, what'll probably end up happening is that'll be the aftermath of the Oswin fight with the goblins, which with whatever fate Zahani and Kyron experience, they'll return back if they survive to the alternate city of Atlas. I have to keep that open, where you guys will probably go to I would imagine the alternate city of Atlas's library, which it would be a lot of fun because for Dodger and Shane, actually, did you guys go to the library? I'm trying to remember when we did the offline campaigns. Did you remember going to a library?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where you'll be going to. is to that library.
Oh damn.
Offline sessions. So to gather more information, above board, what has essentially been presented to you is that Ashura, or rather Valiantsworth, in a bout of emotion and anger, transferred part of his power to the book that is sealing away Nigel. For whatever reason, Valiantsworth has great contempt, I believe the word is, for his son. But because of that, it has revealed his hand and has allowed you to essentially use the book as a focus to weaken Ashura, as you would be able to unravel the arcane stitches that would compose, like the arcane threads that compose of Ashura's and Valiantsworth's magics, allowing for the fight to be not, when I say easier, I mean just doable, because Ashura, as well as all the Lords of Shadow, especially after you saw Asmodeus's hit points, brute force alone at your level is not going to be enough to defeat them. And if you wish to do a battle of stamina, the chances of victory is exceedingly low. So the book can be used as an option to weaken that, essentially. How much to weaken would ultimately up to you, but all the way up to sacrificing the book to completely, essentially destroy Ashura. Because right now you're trying to send the devils back. You're killing them is pretty much out of the question. But the book may even potentially be able to if sacrifice, may be potential to weaken Ashura to the point where you might actually be able to kill one of the 8 because there's going to be 8 lords essentially of shadow of devil lords, and currently only 4 has been revealed. You might be able to outright murder one of the devil lords right here because of that hand being revealed. So that's kind of where the weight is. It's like you can research how to weaken Ashura to send back to the Shadow Vale. You might even be, but if you push forward with the book, you may actually be able to outright kill one of the Lords of Shadow. So it's gonna be some things to think about. You may be able to actually provide a great safety for those in phase 3. But ultimately it's gonna be up to you. We're still hammering out the parties that are gonna be fighting the 3, because there's gonna be 3 Devil Lord fights for the Shadow Vale invasion December 17th. Dodger, I know you mentioned you wanted to bring Wazy in one of those fights.
Yeah.
I wanted to pitch to you, and if you want to do it the other way, that's fine too. What are your thoughts? Because especially after you gain knowledge of potentially unraveling Ashura, what are your thoughts of Alis joining the Ashura fight, which would be the middle fight, and then Wazy joining the Asmodeus fight?
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, would that be? Which means you'll be fighting with goblins, but or whoever.
Perfect.
And
I
whoever,
wouldn't have it any other way.
yeah, and whoever ends up joining the Ashura fight. Yes, it's now been confirmed in all the episodes. The 3 Lords of Shadow that's going to be fighting the Shadow Vale is Dweeblex, Ashura, and Asmodeus. So it's going to be fucking devastating. But we will. It'll be a good wrap up and a good setting for that. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, so I wanted to pitch that while you were trying to figure this out. I was like, that'd be pretty good, because then Alis could be there more as like more of a support role with the Book of Nigel, essentially weakening Ashura to go ahead and send away. So, but also, whatever you guys end up doing in the library, you may discover something else that me. Let me check the schedule really quick, because I gave everyone a rundown of all of the sessions. So we finished today's session. We've got another session on next. Don't make anyone sad. Next Saturday is another misdemeanor session.
Already sad, Brett. I'm already dead inside. Just say it. Just rip off the fucking band-aid.
Within the library. Then Friday, the next Friday will be the fight against Asmodeus and the other 2 Devil Lords. And then literally the day after that Saturday will be the final episode of the misdemeanor, where the ship will cast off for the final time. Ultimately, we will see the fate of our beloved found family with the aftermath of that fight, as well as the aftermath of what the crew does at this point in time. So yes, there's 2 more misdemeanor episodes left, not including the Lord of Shadows fight. Technically 3 episodes. So. You guys, what was that?
It was a sad noise.
Oh. Allow me to share you the screen so you guys can see fan art in real time, and I will show this so we can see so our audience can see fan art in stream time. You want to do a raw yar for everyone? She said no. That's so adorable. I love that.
Yes.
Thank you, Nan.
That's when Clarky showed up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
That was cute.
And we were
my
like,
God.
oh, Clark, the canonical voice of Eleanor.
So also, we haven't seen this. I don't know if we've ever seen it. Nigel fan art of what Nigel looks like with and without scar.
Ooh.
Because there was also Valianceworth. Nam also did drawing of Valianceworth. Older Nigel, excuse me, what Nigel would look like if he was older.
I was gonna say that looks.
Yeah.
This looks like.
Yeah, because Nigel's very, very young.
Is he the same? How old is he? How old is Nigel?
He's the youngest student, I would say. Probably younger. He's younger than Alis. So,
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a prodigy. That grew up without a family.
I wonder why.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now it makes sense, doesn't it? It makes sense why he's a freaking prodigy. But yeah, he's the youngest student of the Exodus Academy. Yeah. So, also, I believe Nam did like chibi art of the Magi, which I absolutely adore.
Oh,
That's awesome.
That's really cute.
Yeah, I like this interpretation of the Magi. And that scene from once a long time ago where he's saying to throw me to Leighton in season 1. I don't know if you guys remember that, when Leighton was like, I'm gonna throw you out of this hut, and the Magi was like, wait, you can do that? Throw me, don't throw me out the hut. Throw me. So that was an old scene from. There's actually a clip of it somewhere. It was a very funny. All right. Oh boy, there he is. Look at him. Oh,
Ooh, look at this bitch.
intimidating.
yeah, mango juice. And Dyer coming in with that monkey magic. Oh,
Yes, boy.
That monkey magic. Okay, I'm both angry at Dam, but also like this picture right here. What did you do to me? Stop this! I'm scared. Nice to meet you, scared. I'm Dad.
Oh,
My God.
Really fucked up. Not gonna lie, really fucked up. But good. It's good. Hey.
oh.
The boy's hanging.
Teach me to read.
This one was done by a new fan artist who I've also hired to make IO. Felt. Look at this. It's loading in.
He's
Slowly
trying.
louding. It's because it's that great
Whoa, this
shading
looks sick.
magnitude. Yeah, that's why it's got to load in. Here comes the boy.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love it.
Whoa.
So good. I love
Oh
this art.
dang.
He's like Gohan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sick.
There's also one.
Yeah,
from,
the way the electricity is drawn is so nice. Yes,
Oh.
I'm so spoilt. It's so much Ayla's art today. Thank you.
Someone did a lovely little misdemeanor stitch.
Oh.
Aw.
I got
So
tacked on. It's
cool.
adorable.
Yep. So wholesome. All right. So apparently someone did some fan emotes.
My boy!
Where man, that looks like some good Twitch emotes. Where can we get that?
You see, you could get those right at Shaynehawke on Twitch TV.
Oh my gosh.
There's
I
still
love-
2 more I'm waiting for.
It selfishly makes me very happy that you have made your emotes your D&D character for this
I
campaign.
adore this character more than
Yeah.
any other that I've made.
So good. And for those that were wondering why it was so important that I mentioned that, so important that I mentioned that Malcolm has heels on his feet. There was a fan art discussion where everyone was like, "Does he wear heels? Would he wear heels?" And I'm
He
like,
sure does now.
He's like, fuck yeah. And I thought about it for a second. I was like, fuck yeah, Malcolm would wear heels and have eyeliners and just be a fucking.
David Bowie vibes. I like
Yeah,
it.
thanks for
Fucking-
yes-anding me when I said he had eyeliner on.
Yeah. Oh my God, absolutely. I mean, I would absolutely imagine. What's the term? Metrosexual? Like, I would absolutely imagine. Yeah, that's Malcolm. That's big Malcolm energy.
He's just
right
a
there.
fashionista.
He is. He 100% is.
What is
Um,
going on in the front? Is that like an extended loincloth or an apron?
no, it's part of an apron. That's what it is. Yeah. Let me we have original art of Malcolm, and I went ahead and checked to see if he was wearing heels in the art, and we can't see his feet, which means now he has he definitely has that. Hold on, let me actually open up the original. I'm gonna see if I can't open this up in Chrome. Yeah, this is there it is. So
Whoa.
this is the original art of so that's what he's wearing. He's wearing this like but it's very like just absolutely out there. Yeah, Seabear did the original art from Malcolm with the fiery
Gives me
hair and
Chandra Nalar vibes from Magic.
yeah, so he
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but he is very fashionable. So Lamia coming in with that sweet misdemeanor art. Oh, so good to see
Cute.
Aw.
Lamia's art again. Food goes here.
Oh my god.
Nicholas looks so sick of her shit.
God bless Nicholas.
My first ever IO fan art can finally be shown, says Nam, and here we go. If there's ever a Nigel Alis.
This is my favorite thing. I
And
love this.
got turned into a book. That's incredible. No, it's not. So good. And then we got our boy Zahani and the captain just sharing his rig.
The job interview.
Yep, lovely job interview. All right, that wraps up today's session of fan art and the misdemeanor. Thank you guys so much for playing. It's been an absolute delight. And then next week, you guys will pause your sailing to arrive over in the library and hopefully discover some hidden knowledge and maybe something that'll help you guys along the way. And then, yeah. So thank you guys so much again.
Thank you, Brett.
Thank you. Thank
right.
you.
Thank you,
very
Brett. Gerard, we miss you.
I miss you.
Come back to us.
Gerard. We'll see you. We'll see you next week. Fingers crossed. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. What'd you guys think? Good episode. God damn. It got heavy. It got heavy, yo. It absolutely got heavy. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate y'all hanging out, watching the stuff. Them lore drops. Yep, we finally did it. Even without context, the previous episode, it was insanely enjoyable. Yeah, hard-hitting stuff. If you'd like to support the World of IO, especially with Phase 3 coming up, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/World of IO. You can check out MP3s of the campaigns, as well as art that is being worked on and developed, and Game Master notes, which include variety of systems that I'm working on. As systems are, I feel, finished, I will post them over on the Patreon, as well as Game Master notes, creatures, and encounters and deadly things like that. Absolutely best place to go. Head on over there. Thank you for the support for everyone on the thinking. Oh my gosh. For the World of IO. My God, my brain stopped there. If this is your first time watching a World of IO session, welcome. You can actually watch all of the series. YouTube.com/World of IO. We had some big lore drops from, obviously the misdemeanor, but also everything that was explained, the story that was told by Aelith Malcolm, happened in the Arcane Academy. So season 1 of the Arcane Academy is, I think, fairly short, right? I think it's like just 10 sessions, I believe. So it's a great way to watch and catch up and learn the history of Nigel, learn the history of Malcolm, what's happened in the story, the headmaster, themselves, go watch Arcane Academy. Arcane Academy is also the first ever IO campaign. So yeah, go check it out. Get yourself informed on the lore. Very, very good stuff. We have a Discord, so that way you guys can, all the fan art was on the Discord. Head on over to our Discord channel and join the community. We got a swell, welcoming, and warm community that'll tell you more about. Yeah. I think that's. I'm off tomorrow. The next day will be Monday. Monday's going to be a non-D&D stream. I don't know what we're doing yet, but I want to thank everyone for watching. Everyone out. Let me see real quick. We got some subs while I was streaming. Rageblade Master, thank you for the Prime sub for 3 months. Remaster TP, thank you for gifting a sub to Namarino Yo-Yo, as well as Neiman Collinson. Arnar, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 11 months. Sled Shark, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Love everything you've been doing. Wish you good vibes and success as you continue coming your way. Thank you for inspiring me to work on my own writing. You're welcome, Sled Shark. Much for that. Sci-Fry coming in with the tier 1 sub for 12 months. Exanium with the tier 1 sub for 14 months. And more coming in with tier 1 sub for 12 months. Javi, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Thank you for coming with the tier 1 sub for 5 months. Leaping Through, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 2 months. Samuel the MDS, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 27 months. Hot dang. Tustus, thank you for the Prime sub for 4 months. Miracle Johnson, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 29 months. Nosferatu 1922, thank you for the Prime sub for 3 months. Octo Picake, thank you for the tier 1 sub for 4 hours for 4 months. Isaac, thank you for the tier 2 sub for 23 months. Appreciate y'all very much. Thank you for hanging out. Oh yeah, and Evil Kev Mine, thank you for the Prime sub for 4 months. That's it. Thank you again. Thank you again. Appreciate y'all very much. I'll be back on Monday with a non-D&D assuming stream. Thanks again. Have a good one. Bye-bye.